Hi there JEE champions. Welcome to this video where I am going to talk about something which can prove to be a game changer in your JEE preparation. It is something which all the toppers swear by. It is something which has been tried and tested by thousands and thousands of students, and it has worked wonders for them. It is something which, if you excel at, you will be amazed to see the drastic improvement in your performance, the drastic jump in your scores. It is the art of making short notes. This is what I'm going to talk about, and without any further delay, let's dive right into it. So there are 3 questions that I'll be answering. Number 1 is when, number 2 is how, and number 3 is what. Let's start with when. So when should you make short notes? See, the chapter which is currently going on in your class, the chapter which at present is being taught by your teacher, is not the chapter that you are supposed to pick for making short notes. That's the rule. It's a big no-no. Okay? Instead, the chapter which has already been done in the past, it is completed, it has been taught by the teacher entirely. That is the chapter, it is the ideal chapter which you are supposed to pick for making short notes. Why, you may be wondering, right? That's a valid question. क्योंकि ये चैप्टर लेट्स से 1 हफ्ता पहले, 2 हफ्ता पहले, 1 महीना पहले खत्म हो चुका है, ये पूरी तरह से पढ़ाया जा चुका है. मतलब इस चैप्टर से रिलेटेड सारा का सारा स्टडी मटेरियल आपके पास रेडिली अवेलेबल है. Be it the different books, be it the session notes, the class notes, be it the question module, the assignments, या फिर आपके किसी दोस्त की नोटबुक की फोटोकॉपी जो हम सब ने कभी ना कभी कराई होती है, या फिर अगर आपने इस चैप्टर के कोई टेस्ट्स दिए थे तो वो सारा डेटा एट्सेट्रा एट्सेट्रा. एंड दैट इज वाई इट मेक्स कंप्लीट सेंस कि आप इस चैप्टर को उठाओ और इसका जो जायंट साइज का स्टडी मटेरियल है ना, उसको बहुत ही स्मार्टली कंप्रेस करो और कन्वर्ट करो इनटू क्रिस्प एंड कॉम्पैक्ट स्टडी मटेरियल. ये जो क्रिस्प एंड कॉम्पैक्ट स्टडी मटेरियल है ना, दिस इज व्हाट इज योर शॉर्ट नोट्स. एंड डू यू नो व्हाट दिस लुक्स लाइक? Just 2-3 A4 size sheets. That's it. Chill pill. I mean, isn't it amazing? Are you realizing कि आप कर क्या रहे हो? मतलब एक पूरे चैप्टर से आप गो थ्रू हो रहे हो, उसके बाद आप उसे श्रिंक करके समराइज्ड फॉर्मेट में कन्वर्ट कर रहे हो. इस पूरे प्रोसेस में आर यू रियलाइजिंग कि आपकी तैयारी उस चैप्टर की कितनी ज़्यादा रिफाइन हो जाती है, कितनी पॉलिश हो जाती है, कितनी स्ट्रॉन्ग हो जाती है. And that is why this exercise of making short notes should be performed for every single chapter once it gets done. It is an excellent and a powerful source of revision. क्यों? एक तो देखो, ऑब्वियसली सिर्फ 2-3 पन्नों में पूरा का पूरा चैप्टर आपको कंप्रेस होके मिल जाता है. दैट इज अ बिग टाइम सेवर. क्योंकि आपको जब भी वो चैप्टर को रिविजिट करना है, आपको कुछ मिनट लगेंगे बस टू गो थ्रू दोज कपल ऑफ शीट्स एंड यू विल बी डन विद दैट चैप्टर. एक्सीलेंट. इनफैक्ट ये साइकी गेम भी होता है यार. जब आपको दिख रहा होता है ना कि किसी चैप्टर को मास्टर करने के लिए आपको सिर्फ 2-3 पन्नों के साथ टाइम इन्वेस्टमेंट करना है, तो आपको वो काम करने में इंटरेस्ट आता है, आपको वो काम डूएबल लगता है, क्योंकि आपको वो टास्क अचीवेबल लगता है. इसीलिए टूवर्ड्स दैट यू फील कॉन्फिडेंट. ट्रस्ट मी यू पीपल, अगर आपने इस प्रैक्टिस को हर एक चैप्टर के लिए परफॉर्म कर लिया ना, योर स्कोर इज गोइंग टू बूस्ट ड्रास्टिकली, योर रैंक इज गोइंग टू स्काई रॉकेट. दिस इज समथिंग विच ऑल द टॉपर्स स्वेयर बाय. इट इज देयर होली ग्रेल. It is so important, and that is why it is important to excel at the art of making notes, which takes me to the next question: how exactly should you go about making these short notes? Well, pick A4 size sheets and divide them into 2 to 3 columns, because you have to write column wise. If you have big handwriting, 2 columns. If you have small handwriting, at max 3 columns. But understand, the idea is कि हम कम से कम जगह में पूरे चैप्टर की जिस्ट, उसकी समरी, उसके सारे इंपॉर्टेंट टेक अवेज लिख पाएं. ठीक है, और इसको करने का सबसे अच्छा तरीका होता है बुलेटेड पॉइंट्स के फॉर्मेट में लिखना या फिर नंबरिंग करके लिखना. See, you are not supposed to fill paragraphs in these sheets. You are not supposed to write in these sheets detailed explanations and derivations. No. The rule is minimal text, maximum impact. When it comes to making short notes, quality wins over quantity. Got it? And that takes me to the next important point, which is write neatly. अब मैं नहीं कह रही कि आपको कोई हैंडराइटिंग कंपटीशन में पार्टिसिपेट करना है, पर इतना नीट लिखो कि आपको समझ आए कि आपने लिखा क्या है. क्योंकि पीपल, these short notes are your go-to options. These will be your resources which you will visit to revise the chapter one day before the exam also. And that is why you have to make sure कि ये इतने neat हों that they are presentable, they are readable. They should not be clumsy and disorganized and all cluttered. क्योंकि you know what, if you have cluttered notes ना, all they'll do is they'll frustrate you and you will just not want to spend time with them. Okay, so if you are putting in the hard work, putting in the effort to make short notes, which itself is a very, very good exercise and it is effort-taking exercise, then might as well make them neatly. And now it's time to address the last question, which is what? So what exactly should you be writing in your short notes? The first point is very important, your interpretation of the concept. देखो यार, बहुत बार ना बुक्स में या जनरली इंटरनेट पे भी किसी कॉन्सेप्ट को बड़े फॉर्मल टेक्निकल तरीके से एक्सप्लेन किया जाता है, डिफाइन किया जाता है. लेकिन जब आप उस कॉन्सेप्ट को पढ़ते हो ना, तो उसे सिंपल बनाने के लिए, अच्छे से समझने के लिए, ज़्यादा समय तक याद रखने के लिए आप उसे अपने तरीके से इंटरप्रेट करते हो. तो आपका जो वर्जन है ना उस कॉन्सेप्ट का, आपकी जो बैक स्टोरी है जिससे रिलेट करके आपने वो कॉन्सेप्ट समझा है, वो लिखो अपने नोट्स में. जिस भाषा में आप सोचते हो उस भाषा में लिखो. Remember people, these are short notes which you are making to help yourself. So make them the way you like it, make them the way you want them to be. They are your own personalized notes. Second point is, to make crisp and short notes, use a lot of flow charts, tables, mini curves, mini graphs. You know, all these tools, they are visual aids. They make your short notes look visually so appealing and so beautiful. Moreover, they occupy very less space in the sheet, but the amount of information that they carry, they convey is crazy. Okay? Next, use different keywords. You know, come up with creative acronyms, fun short forms, symbols, and use all of this to represent difficult theorems, you know, difficult concepts that are coming your way in the chapter. Next, write all the crucial results from the chapter along with their hypothesis. So what are the conditions that should be satisfied for you to apply a certain result? Or what are the exceptions to a certain result? Or if the converse of a result is not true, then write a counter example for that. For example, differentiability implies continuity always, but continuity need not imply differentiability. Correct? So how can you write it in a short and crisp manner? D implies C, but C does not imply D. So implication sign with a strike off. For example, mod X. So you know mod is continuous throughout the real line, but it is not differentiable at 0. Correct? Next point is, write all the important formulas very neatly, giving proper spacing in between. And also, alongside, you have to mention any condition or any restriction which is supposed to be taken care of while applying these formulas. For example, sine inverse of sine x you know is x only and only when x comes from minus pi by 2 closed interval. Otherwise, it's not. Got it? Next point, any tricks, you know, short tricks or shortcuts that you've learned in this chapter, write that. And also adjacent to it, write the type of questions on which these tricks or shortcuts can be applied. Or you can also write what exactly needs to be identified in a question to realize that, okay, it's time to apply this trick, okay, it's time to apply this shortcut. Write that. And with that, we are through with the 3 questions: when, what, and how. But here's a disclaimer. You know what? Your short notes are never 100% complete. That's the truth. There is always going to be scope for upgradation, and that should be the ideal case scenario. Why? Because it may happen that after a few days or maybe a couple of months, something may strike you which explains the same concept in a better manner. You would, in that situation, you would definitely want to come back to your notes and make that necessary correction, that necessary change, isn't it? Or it may happen that you are talking with a friend or discussing with a teacher, and he or she might let you know, something new about a concept, or they might let you know a new approach to solve a particular question. That again you would want to come and add in your notes, right? Or you will definitely be taking tests on this chapter, isn't it? Mock tests, full length tests, class tests. And from those tests, you will have tons and tons of learnings to gather. All the mistakes that you've committed, wherever you went wrong, what are your weak areas, and all those things you should reflect in your notes. Highlight the points and the concepts which are your weak areas, or where you are going wrong while attempting tests, because you would then know that when you come back to the same chapter for revision, where should you pay extra attention to? What should you give extra emphasis on? Alright, because at the end of the day, one thing which I always say is, pain plus reflection is what is equal to progress. So with that, I hope you've understood that short notes help in creating mind maps. They help in building and developing links between the concepts and the ideas and the formulas from within a chapter, because of which your connection with the chapter becomes stronger, and whatever you've learned stays in your head for a very, very long time. So as soon as possible, start making short notes and you will be amazed to see its magic. On this note, it's me, Bhoomika, signing off. Make sure you comment below and tell me how was your experience with short notes. I would love to know it. Thank you. I'll see you soon.